Can you smell it, boys? It's March. Growing time!
Are we blind? Deploy the
Plant.
plant.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason.
Plant.
Scanning. Control. Manipulate scientific data. Take over. Blast. Control. World government. Shut down infrastructure. Ship everything to China. Just look at this person.
Hey guys, so we're here in March and we're just going to do another quick update on the little seedlings, my tomatoes. So I've planted quite a few and I've done this for two reasons. One, I wanted to maximise my chances of getting some decent plants. So these are our black tomatoes. So they're obviously the biggest because I planted them first. Here we have just a regular tomato seedling, it's doing pretty well. Our herbs, I don't know what to do with these ones. I might put these in the garden because I've also got these larger pots here. I've realised with herbs you don't really need to pot them on at all, you just kind of sow them and then grow them. So these ones are going to sit in the kitchen windowsill. These ones I might put in the garden and see how they do. And then we've got more tomatoes down here, as you can see, so we've got some more regulars. And then we've got these younger ones as well, so these are all regular tomatoes. One of these ones is a cherry tomato variety, I'm not sure which, definitely one of those two. But what I was going to say is when I sowed these I kind of just sprinkled a load of seeds to maximise my chances because they were just from co-op, so I didn't know how successful they'd be, but pretty much all of them came up. And I've got, just here sitting in a puddle of water, I've got all these tomato seedlings. You can see I've just plucked them out whilst their roots aren't too developed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop these in a spare spot in the garden and we'll just see how they do. Okay, so I don't know if you can see here, but I've got this spare flower bed here that I planted a load of bulbs in and they've started to come up, which is nice, but the fucking dogs have gone a bit Armageddon mode on them, stamping all over them and stuff. What I've done is I've just taken some of those little seedlings and I've just popped them in the ground. There's some back over that way as well, I don't know if you can see. But yeah, we're just going to leave them and see what they do. Hello my lovelies. So it's a winter fucking day here in mid-March, but it's planting time. Let's go. So we've got our radish, our lettuce and our beetroot to go in this garden here. And then our peas are going in the raised bed over there. So let's get cracking. I'm going to go get a trowel. Trowel acquired. Right, so we're going to start by taking the fencing out, just the front fencing will do. Maybe that side fencing there as well so I can get round. Okay, what are we thinking? I'm thinking I'm going to do lettuce along the side there, then the beetroot, and then the radish. What do we think? Is that feng shui enough? Is that balancing out my chakras enough? What do you reckon? So, on every seed packet there is instructions on how to sow them, and because I'm a retard and can't remember, I'm going to just read this.
12 seconds later.
Oh, yeah, cool. Right. Depth of 13 millimeters. That's very specific. Let's have another line. Don't want to be too close together. Well, grass lettuce. Don't want to have it too close to the side here. I don't know if you can see down there, but some of these seed packets come with like a little sachet in, some of them they just put the seed straight in the thing. So I find it best to do this without gloves, so you're not spack-handed and throwing seeds everywhere. It's very windy today, so I just need to be careful that the seeds don't blow away like we've got our seeds in our hand. Pinch. first row done. Let's put some in the corner there as well. Onto our second row. They don't look like much, but they do grow. Okay, so now all we're going to do is we're going to literally have to put the gloves back on so we don't get sweaty hands. Literally going to cover these over like this, just pushing the trenches together. And then just a light pat down. Press, just a slight pat like you pat your dog for being a good old boy. So I know. So everywhere past that line. Right, we're going to move on to the beetroot. Try and get all these seeds down. There's a clump of seeds in my seed packet. No! Go down!
James さん please. Your plant is too big.
There we go. Beetroot seed right there. So these go in squares. So instead of sowing in drills like I did for the lettuce, which I'm honestly I'm not sure if I was supposed to do that, but whatever. These are going to go bump, 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 bump all the way along. So beetroot seeds are quite large compared to the other seeds. I'm going to cover over at the end just so I know where I've planted seeds. Birds love young beetroot leaves. All the way to the end, popping these seeds in. We get 2-3 more in there. Helps if you don't have fat fingers. Last one. Again, we don't want to go too close to the edge because then it'll be limited for growing space. Bump in there. Okay. Then just show you working. So literally just going along, bum, 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 all the way along just like that. Simple as. There we go. Beetroot done. Next is a radish, and that's the last one we're going to put in this raised bed for this month. So we're literally going to pop the seeds in. There we go, there's our radish seeds. And I'm just going to have a nice thin one because remember we've got the cauliflower and stuff in here as well. Put my gloves back on for this.
Fine.
Plant.
Myself.
Love radish, it's super simple. If you don't like radish, you're a bit of a psychopath. Radish planted. That's everything for this raised bed. In the war against the bird menace, mankind has developed weapons hitherto undreamt of. Anti-bird netting. All this is going to do is sit over the top of this raised bed and stop the fucking birds from eating my fucking beetroot. Sound. Let's get going.
Hello fans of Bepsi's Big Grow. Your guy Neutral Man here. Just popping in during the time lapse, telling you to like and subscribe and all that algorithm jazz. Peace out gamers.
So I think that's done. Okay, so you see I've just got netting all over so that the birds can't land and eat my plants. The bastards. Okay, let's move on to the peas. Okay, it's time to plant the peas. And these ones, they come with a handy dandy little picture. So you just plant them like that. Couldn't possibly fuck it up. I'm going to do it lengthways. So I'm going to have 2 rows, and then either side I'm going to pop peas. So let's get started. I need to redo this. I think I'm going to use some of the bird netting just to give the peas something to climb up. Tomatoes are going to go there, but I'm just letting them grow up a bit more. Grow in. Gonna share a little secret with you guys. There's no such thing as pea seeds. They're just fucking peas.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Just like the man showed me on the picture. These are gonna grow up big and strong. Gotta say, I'm liking the pea planting experience. It's nice big seeds, no fun. Now there we go. Just got our peas in every so often in rows, and we're just gonna cover those over now. Pat them down again. Super simple. Once we're done, we're going to give everything a nice water. And that's our peas planted. Boom, hello gamers, it's the middle of the month and it's time to put our tomatoes in. So they've grown quite a bit since we last saw them.
Cheers, mate, if you need
So what
anything
we are
else,
going
just
to
message
do
me.
is we're going to take, I think, most of these leaves off right until the very top of the bud here, and we're going to plant them as deep as we can. So we're going to probably do these 3 because these are the biggest. We're also going to just pot up these chives, but that is kind of like a side quest. So we'll get going. Okay, so got our tomato plants here, and we're literally just going to get rid of these small leaves along the side, and I'll get rid of this one and then I'll leave the other one. There we go, just like that. And the next one, get rid of you, and you. Okay, so let's get these bad boys in the soil. Trowel in hand, life is grand. Right, so each of these, they're going to want to sit as deep as possible, so probably about up to there for this one. So we're going to need to dig nice deep holes for them. You don't want the leaves touching the soil because that can transfer diseases from the soil to the leaves. When it rains, the bacteria from the soil can get splashed up onto the leaves. So you want to make sure there is a gap, and as these plants get bigger we will trim off the bottom leaves just to make sure that there's not a chance of that water splashing up onto them, but for now we'll just make sure there's a little bit of a gap before we start planting. Alright, let's get going. So we're going to dig ourselves a nice channel, and then in our plant will go. Right, so I think that will do us. There's no big gaps underneath the plant, so we're just going to put the soil around it now. We don't want to get too much on the leaves. Just going to gently press it down. So we're going to get the other 2 in, and then we're going to give everything a good water, and then we should be good to go. These should be really, really well placed, because all of these little hairs along the side of the plant are going to turn into roots. We'll get her in. Try not to manhandle it too much. There we go. We're in like sin. In from one side, pushing down, in from the other side, pushing down a tiny bit, just to keep the tomato level. I love the smell of tomato plants, they smell great. There we go. Tomato plant deuce is in. Down we go. I'm just peeling them off so that the roots can get straight to growing, kind of give them the best possible chance. We've had a bit of a structural collapse there, I don't know if you can see. The roots are holding on for dear life, so we'll get them in. Lowering that down, just pushing it down a touch. I'm just kind of gonna make sure that's pressed down. Lovely jubbly. And there we go, we are in like sin. We've got our 3 plants in, and I will keep you updated on the progress as they develop. Not had anything from the peas as of yet, but then they've only been in a week. And we're just going to give them a nice water, just to make them feel nice at home. And we'll do the same with the triangle. Okay, we're just going to give everything here a nice water, and then we're pretty much done for today. Okay guys, so that's most of our planting done. So we've got most of our crop in. So we've only got the spinach and the fractal cauliflower left to go. So thank you for tuning in to this episode and stay tuned. Because next time we're going to be growing a triffid and setting it loose on Inner Leicester.
Give me the plan.
Tell me what's classified.
The plan.
Tell me, Otto. That's an order.
Plan.
Ah!
Oh, that's not bad. Oh!